At the other side of this bridge, you'll find some of the proudest and most accommodating Kalabaris. Indeed, it must come from the name Nyemoni.
Abonnema was founded in 1882 by 11 warlords, independent warlords.
Abonnema, the largest town in the Akuku-Toru local government area of Rivers State, could easily pass for a Caribbean island. It is surrounded by the Sombrero River, which played a major part in its history in concert with the European traders in its fast ascension to economic prominence as early as 1904. The prominent European companies who operated in this ancient fort included the Royal Niger Company and African Trading Company ATC, just to mention a couple.
Well, historically, some of us are from that is Shekiri area, the Benin area, some from Kalabari area, and then Ijaw. Because in Kalabari you have the Nembe people, in Kalabari too, the Nembe here. We are all the Ijaws, they are also part of Kalabari. So some places like Livelihood and some other places, they are Nembe people. You know, something made them to be here. It's a carving of boat. After they stay, they go. And some of them settle here.
The Europeans also come and meet them here and told them that, and they start trading with them, and they were doing adult shipping. So there, from there, they are staying until the European bring companies, and all their companies down here. Like DOP, Popon, Oil, ATC, that's that place now that I'm building. Niger Company, so many companies. They bring, this is bank. This one now behind this house. People there, they see the bank. They built that in 1904. That was the time they start all settlements. So they came with the European. That was this our ATC was arranged with the European in the year 1904. That's the time the company start the business. From there, ships started coming here. We are the first traders with the European here. So that's how Abonnema come to stay here.
Abonnema, like all Kalabaris, have a close-knit communal setting, as could be seen in the way the town is structured. Across Abonnema are buildings with histories dating back to the pre-colonial era, as well as many modern buildings and facilities that suit the 21st century existence.
Nyemoni was the first name they gave to Abonnema, but we are dealing with Europeans, so we call Abonnema. And by then, Abonnema was here. So, Abonnema, then we changed our own to Abonnema. So that we will trade with the Europeans so that they will understand the name. They cannot mention Nyemoni. Nyemoni means you should love your own team.
The name Abonnema is derived from in Panama. In Panama, the English people they could not, pronounce it just as we know it. They pronounce it their own way of, how it sounds in their by giving it Abonnema.
The town's proximity to the Atlantic Ocean made the depth of the surrounding Sombrero River deep enough to attract sizable seagoing vessels of European traders.
With the whites, we trade with them oil, logs, and some products, Nigerian products. Oil, palm kernel, palm oil, logs. And they self bring their own. This company now, ATC, is where you buy any type of clothes, watch, cigarette, just like Leventis. This is it. That broken house you are seeing here.
The Abonnema people traded in primary products such as palm oil, palm kernel, and timber to the Europeans and bought diverse finished products. In addition to its seaport value and serene atmosphere, Abonnema had sufficient land to accommodate visiting Europeans and neighboring traders for relatively long periods.
It is African Trading Company. That's the name. So that's how what we trade on that time. Oil, palm kernel, and timber. That's blocks. That's what the ships come here. 1 to 10 ships on side here. Big one, not the small ship, big ones. I met them.
In many cases, middlemen sent their workers to harvest palm trees or log timber for the Europeans after monetary exchange had been negotiated or bartered trade agreed. Sadly, Abonnema's enviable quantum of commerce now lodges in long-gone history. The story is not different in neighboring towns.
Today, I don't think Abonnema has anything because to trade with. Fishing is fishing, even cheap fishing, is very hard here because the oil has spoiled everything. Cannot be. When I was young, if you're hungry, you can carry a basket, go to this water side, put it in, pack fish. When I was young, this Kuli, all these small fish, you pack, you just pour oil on top of the water, you see them, you pack them. But now, who do see? You can't see anything. All the fish, this Kaiji Dam has made the fish to run away. So the fish itself is hard here. It's strangers who come here to fish. We are white, we are white men, they're just like white men. We put Thai work. When all these ships is not more here, that time they work in this. There's too much work. Companies everywhere. Ships, by this time now, you see like 10 ships here. All the jobs are the community people is here to work all those works. And they did well. But now things are very bad.
There is no much difference from pre-war, before the Civil War to now. Because unlike when they were, before the war, you had the ship coming here and trade was just going on booming. But today, all those trade spots have dropped, maybe because of political reasons. The type of politics we practice is such that divide and rule, or ruler takes all.
That's the problem now, everywhere. Nothing. Everybody, politics. Politics cannot feed the community or the nation. Politics, but we need work to give to the people, the young boys, so that they work. When they work, we say we are happy. If your son, I have many sons, they are graduates, but no work. I'm not happy.
The local government, creation of Kubuma and Kasanga, from Delga, then from the same Delga, Apulga. It has, changed a lot of things. Because the local government system has taken from the business we had before. So the town is, in terms of, still there is no much difference.
There's no work. The business is not going smooth.
Though commercial opportunities have dwindled in Abonnema, the resilience of the people can be seen in their striving to engage in diverse small-scale business endeavors in the hope that some financial empowerment will come their way. Sadly, with quite little encouragement coming their way, some youths have opted for illicit get-rich-quick alternatives, as in the case with many Nigerian communities.
We are their fathers. We know how the country is. What you have what we, the elders, supposed to do is to advise our children. Maybe it will be okay tomorrow. I'll advise them. The people who will hear, some cannot hear you. They will see do what they want to do. Some will like to listen. And if you look there now, you see many people. Immediately I read this, you see thousands of people for work. The work that 2 people will do, I take 5 so that the others will chop too.
We are our children advising them to change their ways. This shortcut way of making money is not the best. Because whatever you are doing without having that fear of God in you, what will you achieve? If you don't have the fear of God in you, you want a quick way of making money and all sorts of behaviors in our children. So we are advising them as a father, my children are all in the university. But just not in Nigeria, Granville alone. What about the generality of Kalabari? A lot of our people, our boys don't have, they've lost our value. Honestly.
That Abonnema and Kalabari towns are beautiful and cosmopolitan is not in doubt. This reflects in their fashion and custom.
Yeah, this one I'm wearing now, we call it Ebu. This is the most Kalabari fine cloth that they use. As you come now, you see immediately that it's the best. Other ones, the other types, many different, colorful ones. But when you put them, I will put the stud, everything to make it fit me. But this one, you see, when I put this one, I'm okay. Anywhere I go now, they will know that this is Kalabari.
It's an innovation. Because Kalabari people do dress in walk with injury, and then there are certain things people copy from us, and certain we copy from outsiders too.
Okay, this is Lale, but this is my symbol, special made symbol of my grandfather, Don Pedro.
We have, in some dialect you have both, the way, like in our own way. There are certain things the Kinesekapo call, they have their own too. And then others use their own too. Like Ekbara is generally, the Kinesekapo, if you call a member of the Kinesekapo and ask him to say what is Ekbara, he will tell you what is the name of Ekbara, he will tell you his name.
This stud, etipo. When immediately we are done, you must put this before done. I take that because that one came from Egara, in northern states. That's where that one came from. That done. If somebody died, you will use that one to give to your children to go and look their mother or their father on the stage.
This rich island could create food festival if someone envisions these tourist and economic potentials.
Kalabari, that is the first food Kalabari chiefs like most is onunu, ripe plantain and pounded yam, pound all together with better fresh fish, not small fish. Kalabari people like to eat better fish. We kill them and we eat it, the right one. So the next native soup with the gari. Some people eat with pounded yam, some people eat with gari, any other thing you like. But it's our traditional soup, native soup. We have like plantain, floating banana, with fish also, with palm oil.
As it was in the pre-colonial era, Abonnema is usually a serene, hospitable town. Most creative and commercial innovation is lost to political ambition and focus. York City, as the young Abonnemas call it. That the town has attracted development and influence is not in doubt. But more needs to be done to return it to full glory. Its beach-like environs should be an incentive. Its waterways, travel opportunities is still viable if security is guaranteed. This is Abonnema, Amawari or Town Hall, where many important issues affecting the town and its people are discussed and decided upon. The people are predominantly Christians. Some may have other religious forms of worship, but largely they are Catholics, Baptists, Anglicans, and Pentecostals. The breath of clean, unadulterated air welcomes you to Abonnema, a town which lies deeper at the south end of Abonnema. Seamless border separates one from the other. A few thatch houses and a sparsely populated land exposes our underdevelopment, even though they were the first settlers in this rich land of the Kalabaris. Her untapped wealth and vast stretch of land makes her an urban prospect and a developer's delight.
One Bini Bumeabwe Bini Bana Sagi Bini was Sagiteso, our men were Genela. A Genebo, and I was Sagibo, Mangakure, Obaname Kure. Wow, Manga, me, Primebu Kurusari, Baramacho Furi. Wa women ga kurusaga obona wa women ga kurusaga asale na bakana na mone na so ele mama mi nemi wana nebo me pangambo mi ye yo mo bokure jamo fori ana wa bobra ekana mebo wa sagete boy me wa women ga kurume obona gina ane amanye nabo ona ora lapote bo na mame pakampo oyike mi ago emi bulabulo gina anemi ko me na ora yana bo bulabulo gina ini alapo anebu amame pakamaye bore na shugubo jan lapo emi na shukubi ujala pwemi.
We descend from Benin, after Benin to Egene. From Egene, we descend to this Abonnema mainland. And our founders was a good people that lead us to this place. The elders founders was Abonnema, being the king, the first king of this community. We settled this place in the first place. Now, if you look at Abonnema, we first of all settled in that Abonnema mainland. But the founding fathers see that being the big sea, in the time of when they go river to bring fish, to feed their children, and a storm come, the boat capsized, their children drowned. Every time, most time, it happened. So the fathers make a way to come inside more. That is the main place that we are here. If not the very first time, we settle that Abonnema town. When we settle here, no Abonnema, no Buguma, no even Kalabari community. So we have settled here before Abonnema came, acquire place to stay. Then we now give those places to them that our people, our children drown, lost for water. So we give those people for them to settle there. From 18th century, we are here. We are all chipping. We are here. So the Bonogena came with his chiefs, Oyinke, Ago, and Blaglo, and came with his brothers. These forefathers came with their brothers, their family to settle down Abonnema. And in our way to feed our people, mostly it look like this fish, a salmon, and a farm, and all the rest. So they used to feed all those our children. If you can look all these things to feed all those things, find fish, find all these things to before sell and bring money to feed, to train our children. It's not easy for that days. That's why Abonnema reached like this, because for the that days, no school, the Abonnema people, they have not in enlightenment to school and all the rest. Make us to be. But today, Abonnema people begin stay here and abroad, every place you can see. That's why the development started come here and here, small. If not before Abonnema, it's not like this way. This road that you people come and see, that you see that you get a big road, you get this. It's not done in the ancient time. But it is because of today, our people, at least they have tried, train their children to the stage we are, make all these things to happen here.
Like when they add up the 4 families, they have their relative who the king now give a chieftaincy title. Even the king, his children, like the other, because we have 4 major compounds. Yes. Among them we have leader. And those 4 major compounds, they have their sub-compound.
It has taken several years, but trading in this area, this part of the world, began with the Abonnema people. That's where the ship lands. By our relationship with them, with the Abonnema people, whenever the ship lands in Abonnema, we also have that interaction. We relate, we buy, we sell.
Like Oku, Inoku Sir, Inoku Sokuma, manage it, and Napra. Most time in Mero, for the Malopieta, who make Oku so there, Cantina Yena, ye like a manage it, I want my lady here.
Okay.
And met our woman in it be Mooney be school, in it more, because I keep with my dog like a battlefield.
Well, we have plan. If we go to our Sunday school now, we have vast land we give to the school, not because of the Sunday school. Our aim is, in case higher institution is coming to this place, they might use it, because we know Abonnema has no land. So if you go there now, you will see a vast place. We need higher institution, even a craft. We need development. Any project that is coming, we have land to accommodate it.
People from this community were not too educated in those days. But we know that every father, every mother, every parent is now seriously embracing education, because we are aware that education is foundational, and that in everything you do, education is part of it. So education, we are making sure that our children are well educated. We don't just allow them to remain at the primary level or at the secondary level. We take them further than that, possibly even take them to schooling abroad. So that is one area. The other area, we give them behavioral standard, so that anywhere they go, they can represent Abonnema well. You know, when somebody behaves well, they trace it to where he comes from. So we also develop them in that direction. We also develop them in the way of reasoning. We also develop them in skill. We develop them through plumbing, through welding, through sewing, and others.
You can see that the Abonnema people are really determined to push the bars of development of their town.
Inji bar. Bigi tubo kwa. Inji tubo. Kwa gari tubo. Ne kwa. Jambo peke do dibier. Jambo enemy bien. Enemy bien de ke pulu sar. Te ke derrière. Begin be my back begin there. Because imbo wabo bona wabo clothes show me sake. Abonnema bo vi arubom. Omi alubo te enemy bia. Begin be back wa take there. Do Olivia. Ere me ma in the same time. Oya mo boy jafo. Do Olivia po ekata. Ne kata bakwa. Olutu. And ere ma boy jafo kasa. Kasa mial. Mo komesa kasa fate. Kasa mial.
There are fisherwomen, even trading. We have even this with the fishing that the men do. Some women did it too, and they have their own. This periwinkle, it is mostly the women that are picking it. You understand? That is their major occupation in this tradition. Then now, because of the situation of the community, we had farming. And most of the women did farming, although men self did, because the Nigeria is hard these days, how to train our children. But because before, there is no education in Abonnema. If you want to read book, we will go to another place and bring somebody to read book for Abonnema, the whole community. But now, thank God for our fathers. We have graduates now.
If you don't make me to book, Kalabari na alapo me anisware. Fanya me doing fete be ebia na doing tikwa ni ni take awon pede ka awon boramba mako me sare pege ke doing tier team popular to me team popular omungo la tebo ni ni de pege so ate ke doing team komba afuri Kalabari na mangara make up me fanya jumo ju elebia alabo shikimade injiri tournament.
It is pleasing to see traces of early culture yet existing. Perhaps seeing women equal living like in the old ways gives credence to the opinion that culture is the primary function of a people's economy.
In Kalabari, we have a lot. We have fish, we have crab. The crab, we have two types. In our language, we say kole, olu, ingolo. You understand? We have seafood, land food. So we have a lot. If we want to mention a lot, onunu is our tradition. In times of this festival, this Ogo, if you are hearing of Ogo is our festival. So time to play, there is something we use in our native. That onunu, it is what we use, native fish. And our tradition, this sea crab and land crab. So that is what we use in our culture something. And we play it every February and March. We play it every February and March. Depends on the water, because it goes with water. Not every time, it goes with water. When we want to play, we will look at the water. And anytime we are playing is when the water is going.
My Abonnema, in Fiare, who are playing an hour ago there, why they go in Bana an hour. And Bana me one short, and they get Peledolo, my degger, Ijaw, Pickley, Peggy, and they get to a pellet and a fair. Why pick Ununu so? Why pick Ununu so 10 years? They're fair. No, I can't fear.
Abonnema is an investor's delight. Its vegetation and farmlands are still fresh because the factors that hurt the environment in places like Buguma and Abonnema have not yet risen to disturbing proportions.
Ama be me wa taribu sake wana ma be me egene na be me ni wa fish me but wa bo Kalabari mo goku shime sake wana ama be me wa bala ni fia omunga ma tari omunga bu shima se na te peke jan ke wa to numa but wo ibe ko na bo ama be me wa bala ni wo shum Kalabari be me ane mo ko wana ngba wa fie Babari je ama bebe yana bodon wana ma abu Japan meji ko mu kura meji blake meji pakate mu apo ine da ma be me na te piki bode piki fiera fo emi
Sagi bu dad faba mogini wana ma de make wa bula so digia so ko du be tata do ke miji e ko mbra no Kalabari na ke kwan bod mako bobo Kalabari na mo ba inde ke ko bibra ke kwan ane o wa bu lai be tunkime mokbo labrabo bekina na miama mana wabuke wana buburite banga brabo wana Kalabari na my maso to the time e biag ma faba but the water me the wana Kalabari na ma wana ma be me working Gambia as moko wana bonoma wana baking ma de Kalabari na fie bra do am de wana Kalabari na making Gambia so sagi boba wana Kalabari na maso faba ane wana Kalabari na bonoma ke na ma baking Gambia. So here wa Kalabari mi korojide bima wana ma be meke wana o mema toluma o mete.
The language, we still speak again a language to a very large extent. We have the most popular one as Ekembro. No other community in the Kalabari kingdom. Whenever we meet, whenever we have community concern, we meet and greet ourselves with this name, Ekembro, and we respond by saying here, and that we'll do that for 4 times. We do that for 4 times by greeting ourselves before ever anybody in the community will stand up to speak.
Abonnema, the lush greenery is so enthralling. The serene environment will do for holidaying.
The festive period, like in Abonnema, in a way of that December period, we used to in the water party and all the rest, so that our people, our children will come and feel very well. So we used to play this kind of water party and all the rest, so that they will come and enjoy.
Abonnema, if you look at it, we have a large land, and the Abonnema is peaceful. We accommodate strangers. Maybe if you are going out, you may ask the strangers. Abonnema is a peaceful area. So when you look at the environment, it's very cool. That make me proud of Abonnema, because there are many places like in our brothers now, Abonnema, they are looking for a place. They are looking for a place to build, but we have surplus. We are looking for people to come and develop the area, even government to come and develop, because we have a vast land, which will make Abonnema as a city.
I hope to see Abonnema in the next 10 years to be a well-developed place. Because what we see, the development we have seen today, cannot be compared to what we'll see in 10 years' time. Because number one, we have started seeing government's presence in the community. And we for the past 3 years, we have been having one project or the other. Some coming from Abuja, some coming from the state, some coming from the local government. And no time from now, we will also enjoy solar light in the community. Solar light in the community. So all these are things that can make the community look good in the next 10 years. So if we can see this project within this period, now that Abonnema is still expanding, in the next 10 years, its expansion will be so great.
Magma agode ba ya tongiri me ko bo shite te wane me people me na yi mago imbo sare pulo me wane confia ma tolo ma mi an shimere tolo ma shimere mago sela se ba ne dem erete ba bia epe mi bi o so inji ba ro fori te inji erete ba bia inji ma te boga nde ba pa ka mo wa bo so e so le ba la bo ro te inji so na mi shimere e so mi so ba ro fori ba be gbere so ba fo e do mena ma mete mena pulo ma mete e do libi so do me e bi bra paka na no shemba ane where I toss it.
The tempting challenge Abonnema poses is either she ought to be left to preserve a state of innocence or explored and transformed into a little urban town. In so doing, curb urban migration and decongest our large cities. Time tells a story, and culture is at the mercy of time.